Okay, it's all working now. Just now if I go to my idiot stream here. It's supposed to be streaming to my Twitch, so any second should pop up. Should pop. Okay, that's good. Great. Time to oh, yeah. Oh, I see. Where could I post my That's only myself. I don't know why. This is weird. People are going on Twitch to see this. People are going on my Twitch to see this. That's what's going on. Okay, well, whatever. I mean, nobody's here. Probably nobody's here. 16 views? Or is this total views? I don't know. I don't know. What about views right now? Probably no. Okay, so I'm just gonna be. Okay, so the goal of this is to make a little game in a small time. Okay. Okay, so I need to go into a map generator. We're gonna generate a little map. It's gonna be a game. It's better. Feels good to actually start this challenge. Had this challenge in for a while now. I'm gonna be editing code same game in 6 entirely different engines because I can't. I'm just getting boring at this point. That's not the problem solving part. Jeez, I'm mad at being a streamer. And Visual Studio, please load. Video did not load that earlier. Okay, well, let's just say that the game that I'm making right now is supposed to be this game here. Simple. Oh. Ooh. Scooby. It's kind of. Okay. Let me go to. Okay, this is the right one, right? Okay, it's the right one. Okay, good. Yep. Okay. Visual Studio still not working. That's amazing. It's actually amazing. I'm surprised that streaming is actually not lagging for me, apparently. It's a surprise. Okay. Yes, really don't care. Okay, great. Let me see this. Game should play before 480 by 360. Right. Oh my goodness. 480 by 3. Okay, here we go. So that's our resolution for this game. But the resolution will be the same for this game. Scratch resolution is 480 by 360. I'm just gonna stick with that. I'm gonna make our main camera. I'm gonna make our main camera. Yeah. Okay. Let's make it black. I don't know what to make it. I don't know how to make it white, but okay. Let's just do. Okay, it loaded. For once, it actually loaded. Okay. So, what do I want to do? I want to be able to um to one. I think what I want to do. So one, I want to create a random variable from 1 to 100. Based on that variable, it does a few actions. Okay. Actions and adds to tilemap. Actually, no, I wanna. Okay, based on the variable, it does a few actions and adds to string array. Then I would like to create a tilemap. Actually, no, this needs to be a lot more complicated. I can't just. Okay. So on that random variable, so let's say if random variable is if random variable, let's say 4 out of 100, create lava. Create lava tiles. Lava, lake. Okay, then we would do if variable is not 4 to 100, 1 to 4. Oh, jeez. Then we'll have another 4 to 8, so that will create a water lake. And if our variable, okay, well that's true. This is gonna be an if. Okay, let's leave it there. Leave it there. Okay. Okay, so now if our variable is 8 to about, what would I say? 8 to, let's say, 40. Then we're going to create sand. Then if variable is above 40, it will create grass. So the idea is that this is also going to store data in a string array. So now that I know what I want, I'm just going to make a little function. And I'll probably call this a public string. What do I want to call this? Public, well, it should be a double string, right? Because it's an array, right? So public string, and this string is going to be double, so I'm just going to do that. And I'm going to call this string, screw your mail, I don't care. Public string, what do I want to call this? Okay, so I want to create a random variable. So let's say, let's call this generate string data. Or I should say generate world string data or something like that. I don't know. This is our data for our world, so I'll generate world data. This is our default world data. And the idea is that this will maintain the exact same across all different versions I decide to make it. Now I'll click it. So we're gonna return. Well, let's say that I'm gonna create a a string called data. This function, call it return data actually. There you go, that's a better value to call it. I just don't want to straight call it data because I don't want to call a different other variable that. Okay, that makes more sense. We need to define our range, so new string, say 100 to 100. So go here, close that. And then let's say return data. So now it doesn't give us that stupid error. Okay, now I need to start writing the code that I need to do that makes our thing. So immediately I'm gonna create a for loop, and I need to do this for x and y, right? So for actually probably do for x in return data. It's weird though. How do you do that? X in return data. Actually, I think I'm just gonna do for x in 100, and I'll just close. No, wait, no, I would do. Oh my goodness, I don't even know how to do it. No, for x in 100. I don't know how do I do that? In range 100. I don't know. I'm just gonna do a simple for loop. Like, how do I do that? I'm just curious. Let me see here. Okay. So, I'm sorry being off key right now, but I'm being an idiot and I've never done a coding tree before. So, I'm basically trying to make a store of data in a group of strings. It basically be a bunch of text that has random numbers on it from 0 to 1. So that's what it's going to be. And for our grass, it's going to be 2. So for our grass, it's going to be equal ID of 2. Sand an ID of, actually lava should be an ID of 3. Sand an ID of 4. And water will be an ID of 5. And the other IDs are going to be other blocks, so I don't implement those now. So I'll leave that there. Actually, let me actually go ahead and create. I'm gonna do a public game object, and this will be prefabs. This is gonna be our tiles. And also, I could use Unity tile maps, but I want to make this all from scratch. I'm not using Unity tile maps. Leave me alone. So these are our IDs. Here, there we go. Now I'll probably delete this later because I want to see how much lines of code I can get, because I want to minimize the lines of code. So for I in when? How do I do that? Let me just search things up, see what this is. String length. So I have to get the character count. Oh, not for I in 100. Let's check. Okay. How do I do that? Like, oh. And I can want to do a for loop, but can I like number range? Oh, I guess I can't do that. I want to do like for in. I guess I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. Oh well, I'm just gonna do a normal for loop. So x. I'm gonna go through our basically go through our y first and then our x, because our x is going to be a thing after. Wait, no, yeah. This is here. We have so it probably makes sense to make our x right? I mean, I don't know how this data is going to generate, though. That's the issue. So, let me think. Oh my goodness. Like, is this going to store it on our first? Or, oh, jeez, okay. Let me think. Like, if I were to do 1, 2, then we'd, go into 1, 2. That's how it works. Yeah. That's all it do, yeah. That's all it do. But that's how I store data. I'm just gonna store it like this. This I think I can have a little code to convert it. Oh my god. But it might be bang against my head later. How are arrays stored in C#? Do I call this a double array? I'm just trying to figure things out. There's enough programming where I'm trying to minimize this amount of code here. Let me think. Okay. But I'm working with arrays in arrays. That's the issue. So for all I know, I could be doing that. Make my mic like this. Okay, this is a lot better. I think for a second. 3, 2, 1, 5, 6. Okay, let me figure this out here. Oh, I already left. I'm sad. Aw. What do I want people to go on my food? Oh, I'm just gonna keep doing this then. So 4 inches. Oh my goodness, I need to figure this out. Okay, so it's this. This is our y value because in our y value this is our x value. So it makes fair sense. I'm gonna do my y first, and then I'm gonna do our x. It's pretty ridiculous. And then I'll make another for loop in that. Int x is equal to 0. X int x x is greater than 1. I should just copy that. Yeah, I'm remembering this code slow. I need to hurry up faster. And also, I don't even need these, because I'm just gonna... Actually, no, I do need both of them, because it's gonna run multiple commands. Yeah, I need both of them. Never mind. Yep, I need both of them. Okay, I'm just gonna... But I want to leave it like that, because I want to minimize it. Okay, cool. Okay, so we got this and this. So, I'm gonna go ahead... Okay, so, with this, we're gonna generate a line of code. So, we're gonna create a random number, which is what I want to do this entire time. So I'm gonna make an int, and we're gonna call this temp random int. I'll call this number. Actually, I'm gonna call it random ID because we're making these things IDs. That's why we're making these things. So int temp random is gonna be random.range out of 0 to 100. Oh, 100 is inclusive. Wait, no, 0 10. So actually, it should be 0 or 9. So of all those, no, it should be 0 100. Because jeez, same. Okay, so those inclusive now. Well, probably should be 0 out of 99. Actually, it should be 1 out of 100. Yeah, that makes more simple. Okay. So now, if our random range is going to be, if our variable, the majority of our variables are going to be above grass. So we're going to make our create grass function first because that's going to be the majority of our things. That'll make more sense because the majority of them, they don't need to loop through all the else functions. Just to save time. So if our grass, so if our temp random ID is above, no, it should be above 40, then it's going to set return data y and x to grass, which is going to be 2. Well, it's going to be 2. So grass is 2. Okay, so I have that stored, right? Cannot completely convert. Why is this a string? Oh my goodness, is it int? Wait. Oh my goodness, is it int? I'm an idiot. It's an int. It's an int. This has to be int as well. I was just thinking of string as in like, what was it gonna... Oh, jeez, I'm insane. Okay. So that's gonna be a 2. And then we're gonna do our if... Oh. Okay. Sorry, this got cut. There's only nobody here at the moment. Hopefully there might be somebody later, though. I don't know. But I guess it's me being an idiot trying to code something. Okay, so if... So then else if our temp random ID is less than or equal to 40, and it's greater than 8, right? And greater than 8. So that's also greater than 8. Then it's going to return our data. Let's call this y(x) equal to about 4, because this is our sand. So that's going to be our that, and then this will be our sand. So I'm just going to copy those to then I'm just going to copy this to the next one as well. Else if this is a else if else if is less than is greater than is greater than or actually greater than 8. So greater than or equal to 8, and it's greater than 4. Let's say. That's going to be our. This would be our lava lake, so that's going to be number 2. Actually, with this one, I want to make it so that there's more to it. So what I would like to actually do is I'm going to actually go ahead. I'm going to not only do that, but I'm also going to create like a little another 4. So I'm just going to do. I'm going to head over here because I would like to create more of a water structure. So instead of doing that, to make some format systems here, do that. Yep, there we go. Also, this is the only one with brackets here. So other ones don't need brackets, obviously. So this one's the only one that needs brackets because this one's going to be a little more complicated. This is our lava. So we're going to leave a little note saying this is our lava lake here. Hell, it's supposed to be our water lake, but oh well. So it's going to choose a random number between 1 and 2. Nah, let's not. Let's make it just 2 by 3. Let's just do that. Yeah, just make it 3 by 3 because we have like a room this big. Or we can make like 4 by 4 actually. That'd be not 4 5 by 5. But. Okay, so I'm gonna instead I'm gonna make another for loop, and it's gonna start at our. This for loop's gonna start at. Jeez. Okay, for loop's gonna start at int item should be x. Should be. I'm gonna call it LVI. LVX. Actually, that makes more sense because this stands for lava. So I'll actually go do LA. I don't know. Let's just design lava X. That's readable, right? That's readable. Okay, so lava X is going to be equal to the same, but just a 1 away. So it's going to be equal to that, but instead it's going to be called +1. So, +1 minus that. That's going to be called a +1. No, okay. So the lava, I want it to. Okay, it's going to start at -1, right? Yes, -1. So lava X is going to be a -1. Should probably be a level 1. Just make something up. Okay, -1. Okay, no, it's supposed to be our okay, let me think. Okay, our Y -1, right? Okay, so our Y -1, and then it's going to go to our lava Y has to be equal. It has to be that or greater than our Y +1. And then lava Y ++. And I'm going to do the same thing for our thing. And I'll do lava X. So now everything's gonna be X. Okay, there we go. So now all that should be fixed. No, don't rename that because that means that's gonna cause a confusion. So let's do. There we go. Okay, and then after that, for all that lines of code, I can finally say return data lava Y, lava X is going to be equal to our thing, or it's going to be equal to lava, which is an integer of 3. Actually, you know what? Let me go to lava data, and instead, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create a whole entire different function, and this is gonna return like int create square lake, and this is gonna return us our data. So I'm gonna have an int, and our int is going to be, let's say that our int, you need an int value, that's going to be that. So int that we need to turn in is going to be called our lava. When we call our world data. So I'm going to call it our world data. So I'm just going to call it return data because it just makes sense to me. Okay, so now I have a return data. No, so it's going to do return data. Great. So now that that's the case, oh, we need to make sure this is an int as well. And the code base like that. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm going to copy this over here. We also need to make sure that we have our int x and our int y. It's important. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy all this code over into here. And what might not look like it's gonna save us a lot of lines of code because that we don't have to run from over here. Because our lake code will be another code, but we can run it from a function, and it'll probably make us a lot easier to use. So int return data, int x, int y, and then I'm also gonna import something else called our int, called our radius. So for a lava y, so your y minus 1, I'm going to call this lake y instead. Now I'm going to call it lake y and lake x. I'm just going to rename. How do I rename it? Oh my goodness. I have to actually go to lava y. Rename to lava y, right? And then go to lake. And I'll rename that to lake. So that way, you don't have to go ahead and make all those lakes. Great. Thanks, Visual Studio. Taking care of it. Okay, and then instead, I'm going to make our int radius. So our radius is going to be 101. And so that way, you make our radius random without having to worry about our solution here. Okay, this is going to make it a lot easier. This code is going to be there. Good. And that way, I can return that data. Okay, so those are two. That's going to be nicer. Okay, a lot nicer. Okay, good. Okay, so I trust this. I trust this code. This code's gonna work. Oh, and we also need our int called ID. So our ID is going to be there. So we need to make sure we put our int called ID there. It's important because that's going to be our block ID. So instead, I can remove this code over here. I don't need our brackets anymore, since we're not going to call multiple lines. And all I need to declare is create square lake with our ints. Actually, this doesn't even need to be public. I don't need to access anywhere else. I'm just going to make it not public at all. There we go. I'll just create a square lake at our... this is going to be called our return data, right? So return data. And then I'll call it by our x, our y, our radius, which can be a random of 1 or 2, and then our int ID, which is called 3. Oh, I need to do random.range. There we go. Great, now it's working properly. And now, if it's the other one, then that means we need to see our water. This still should use water, because I said that if it was 4, 8 would create a water lake. So it's 4, 8 should create a water lake. So water's 5, and then I'll rename this to water, and then I'll do another else if. So that way, functions allow you to reuse code. That's nice. Because reusing code is a lot nicer than doing that stuff. And then I'll call it lava 3. Okay, so lava's 3 now. Okay, so now I have a bunch of. Okay. And actually, to save more lines of code, I could actually not even have to. Yeah, all I need to do is that. That's all I need to do. That's all I need to do. Not that hard. And I'm going to put that on the other side. I'll just put it on the other side. So don't worry about that. So I'm going to call this lava lake, water lake, sand, and our grass. Which by default is supposed to be that. Okay, there we go. So we have a water lake and our lava lake, which is the same. So now, that should generate everything properly. At least I hope so. Which is working properly, so okay. So that's good. This looks amazing. Okay. So if I want to, I probably could also create a console, but again, I don't need to like put that there. Okay, so that's going on our there. Okay, so our grass, our sand, and that's isn't that's it. That's literally it. And we have all this running in, wow, what an insane, actually save more lines of code. You do that. Let us do that. I'm trying, this is a challenge to minimize the amount of lines of code used. That's what this challenge is, literally. Okay, so we do pop up. True, and I'll do that just to make it a bit more easier to understand. Okay, good. So this is gonna declare array. Then we have our for loops looping through the array. Random var, and we can also say returns. And then I'm gonna create a little definition for this, and then this is gonna be called our, what do I want to call this? This is gonna be called our lake creator. I mean, I won't even need a comment. Literally says exactly what it does. It literally goes from one point to the other side of the radius. That's what it literally does. It's not that difficult. Like, it's pretty simple. Oh, that's weird. I'm an idiot. That was also going to cause us some errors there. That would be bad. That would be very bad. Okay, good. Okay, that's nice. Everybody's still streaming, but that's how the computer's not dying and everything's actually working properly. So now this is our generator now. So now we have our world data that's generated, and I'm gonna store all this stuff in a notepad file away from all my code because I don't want this stuff in there, like it actually in my code. Doesn't make sense to me. So I'm just gonna open this in a note file, and it'll be good. So I'm gonna go over to make a note file, and it's called notes. That's what it's gonna be called. This feels relaxing for some weird reason. I'm gonna call it notes. So let me think. Okay, so I'll open that up. Okay, so let's run really fast. To note text, let's call that note text over. So let me think. World. So generate world data. Generates world. I'll put a few notes here, and then I'll just do but then they already put the stuff I want to do there. So I don't know why I need no text. I don't know. I'll leave it there anyway. That is true. Okay, I don't need this anymore at all. So all that's gonna be done. All that's done there. Okay. Probably actually, you know what? I'm gonna copy and paste. Yeah, I'm gonna copy and paste it regardless though, because I might need it later for my other projects. That's how a reference for what I need to do. I'll probably make it a bit easier. So I'm going to reopen my note text. I'm just going to pop that in there. Shouldn't be that hard to open Notepad. I don't know why it is. Okay, there we go. Save that. Okay, we're done. Great. Now I can delete this. This is done. Okay, save that. Great. So this entire thing took only, so far, 28 lines of code. Is that enough though? I'm kidding. I think this is the max I can do. Okay, so now we're generate world data, but we still need to place our blocks. So I'm going to go in this is where our tiles come in. So at the start of the game, which is going to be called public start, right? So public start, no, public void start. Start of the game, for Pete's sake. That's what it's called. Start. At the start, we're going to generate our world data. So I'm going to make a public, and this is going to have our ints, and this is going to have our level data. So our level, our scene data, whatever that scene is. Tile data, whatever, level data, whatever. It's a string. Okay, good. Great. And how it's going to work is, okay, so how it's going to work is our level data, all this level stuff. Okay, so I'm going to create, well, first we want to generate world data. So level data is equal to generate world data. So great, we have that done. Now all that stuff's done. So now all our data is going to be generated. I probably can print this out and test it, but I wonder if I can create a console. Just leave that alone. Console. I can do console. Oh, not using freaking system. Using system, the entire system. Because I'm an idiot. Unity. I guess you could use a console in Unity. So I'm gonna go to system, console. Like system. No, system rights, right? System console right line. That's what it is. Yes. And I'll write. Actually, I'm gonna write our level data, and then I'm gonna write an empty line. System console writes line. Does it do that? There you go. Right. So that's gonna run by default, and I'm gonna see what random we get. Random is ambiguous between Unity Engine random and system random. So Unity Engine. There we go. Great. That works. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, because we're using the console a lot during this, so that's probably important. I do that. Compiling those scripts, and I'll let you do. Okay, good. So now those are compiling. I already fixed that issue. Is it not fixed? I literally fixed that issue. I used Unity. I used I did fix all randoms. For all randoms. Okay, you got this. Okay, let's go in there. Okay, that's good. That's good. Good. Okay. Actually, if we really wanted to save lines of code, we could actually do this. Because all that doesn't require any commas. We can literally do that, but that's unreadable. That's unreadable, so I'm not gonna do that. I probably could, though, if I really wanted to. Like, really. I don't like this. This feels weird. Like, nobody's style is like that. Like, nobody's gonna do that. Like, nobody. Like, who in their right mind is gonna do that? I mean, you can do it to save lines of code. Like, what's the point? I might just do that at the end, just to save more lines of code for absolutely no reason. And if it's a comma, then it shouldn't be added on top of each other because it's considered still a line of code. Okay, great. I'm gonna go over here and. Are you serious right now? Okay. Is it updated? Is it good? Is it good? Where's your other issues? Random range. I use that range, and I also use this range between there and there. Did I use any other ranges that are random in this? Yes or no? Okay, no. So it should be done. Yep, there's no errors now. Also, okay. So all I need to do is I'm lazy, so I'm gonna attach it to our camera. I'm just gonna call. You don't need anything else, so I'm just gonna call it our random, no, stupid, no, map generator. Pete's sake, map generator. That's just called. We have our tiles. That's gonna be added later. Not now. I will add that later. But I want to see what is our reaction when we run this game. So by default, all that stuff should run. So I want to see what will happen once we run that game. Let me see what happens. The index was outside the bounds of the array. Well, that's not good for starters. We have a console popping up, so that's not good either. And our next out of the bound of the array. So what is this? Return data lake y lake x ID. So that's not good. I think it's plus plus. Return data system data. Oh god, yes. But you never gave me any data though. Like what index is outside the bounds of the array? Like what index? X or Y or Pete's sake, what was it? So that's an issue. It's coming from that. So that's coming from our start, then it came from generate world data, and that came from create square lake. So that's where it's coming from. So I think what I'm gonna do is that you I'll just make an if statement and I'll just do if x is greater than is greater than or equal to 0 and x is less than 100 and y is greater than 0 and y is 100. Turn data. Hopefully that should work properly. Hopefully. Probably should do it for each one, but then again, I don't know. Because it looks like we were stuck on that, so then it just stopped there. So that probably happened. So I'm going to go and see if it works properly. Hopefully it does that. If it does not work properly, then oh well. We still have an exception, and it's still at our bounds 23. Did I say that? Did I say that correctly? Did I properly save that? Is it updated? Did I update it? Is it update properly? I don't know. Because there's no reason why it's still outside the bounds of the array. That's stupid. Probably our radius. Wait a second. Oh, it's a lake Y. That's why it's going on. It's lake Y. And not only that, we're also confusing that. Now it's always being. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's confusing. Lake X. It's not. Yeah, that's an issue. Okay, so now it should be all fixed properly. Now it should be all fixed and ready and Gucci and ready to go. So now that should be done. It's not going to display anything. Obviously, we're just trying to generate the data that's going to be stored in. No errors! Hallelujah! Where's our console write line? Oh, our console write line isn't going on anywhere. Oh well. So I can't write our console. Nani? Where's our write line? I guess Unity doesn't allow us to do that. System console write line. What happened to that? I can't do that anymore. I can't do that. What's our level data even doing anyway? What's our actual level data doing? Like, I want to show. I mean, I can use debug Unity, but I want to debug in the console. Console's cool. I don't normally do that because this is the first time debugging in the console. To be honest, like this is the first time I'm debugging in the console. Like actually, nobody wants to watch my stream. Like it's actually streaming pretty decent. Like I'm surprised that my computer is able to handle this. Nani? Ugh, jeez. Is there a place I can post my streams of games or anything? I wonder if weekly games are like that. Who's streaming? Oh yay! I can stream here. Great. This is where I can post my streaming. This is where I can post my streaming. That's where I can post it. Oh. Okay, so I can stream here. Okay, cool. That's cool. Great. Doing a game dev challenge. If you guys are interested, hopefully probably nobody is, but I'm just saying. What if there's a streaming area in there too? But then again, I can easily just do it by searching streaming. Nope. Nope. No stream. Nope. 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 No place here. Probably no place here. At least I don't think so. Oh. Where can I put it? Creative arts. Show off your work. I'm gonna put in show off your work, I think. I don't know where to put it. I don't know why I'm just putting this stuff on Switch. I'm just trying to figure out like where to put my. Oh, yo, it's somebody else. Hey, what's up? Hello, what's up? What's up? Okay, I'm gonna go. Can I run console.line with Unity? Can I use system console in a Unity project? Because I feel like I have to enable or something. Why is it showing up? It's not showing up for no reason. Oh my goodness. Okay. So basically, people coming in, I'm doing a little challenge. It's about a time-up challenge. I'm going to make the same game in 6 engines to improve my programming skills. So this is what I'm doing right now. And I'm trying to... Okay, so it looks like this doesn't have a proper system console because it's not working. I want my data, but it's not like doesn't work within 2 applications at once. Cause I really want it to spawn a console. And again, I wonder if I can run it elsewhere. Nope. So my goal is to basically make a tile-map game in 6 different engines, and first I'm starting with Unity, then I'll do Scratch, then I'll do Pygame, then I'll do Godot, then I'll do Java, and then I'll do Phaser.js, right? Or one of the other, I don't know. I posted it on my channel, I don't know why I am. But I'm trying to figure out if I can use system console C# in here, so. It's a little programming challenge for myself. But, I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to load the data elsewhere. It's probably gonna have to load the data. I'm gonna have to load the data elsewhere. That's what I have to do. Oh, that's annoying. Can't do console right line is so simple. Do I have to open a stream or something? Like, do I have to, like, actually open the console or something? Console, my goodness. Read key, read line? What is it? What's beep? Let me see here. No, I don't know. You don't set your console is there. Like, it should just pop up. Like, console. Wait a second. Console. My console. Nope, console doesn't work like that. Console doesn't work like that. I used to store a console in a variable. That sounds stupid when I think of it, actually. But I'm gonna have to debug this regardless. I'm gonna try Unity. No, actually, just not a debug by default. Just debug log. Debug log, but okay, I need to show something because sometimes game development is not entertaining. And I'm sorry if it's not entertaining, but at least I'm trying to do something. Yeah, now it's 2 people. Everybody's leaving again. Come on. Okay, so debug our level data, and let's see if it will debug our level data. It's not gonna debug it like I want to, like a stream of like levels. So I can debug in like one string. So we have our thing. Let's look at. I get it. We have to debug every single string. Oh my god, are you serious? Okay. Well, I can quickly debug every single string by doing for. This x is not in there, so I can do int y equals 0, y is greater than 100, y plus plus. Do the same thing with our x, int x equals 0, x is 100, x plus plus. So now, for each of our y, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna create a little string. This is so annoying. String of this printable string or something. I don't know what to call it. And then I would go printable string. String is plus equals level data. Y and X. I need to assign it to something, so we're just gonna call it that by the start. Okay, good. Great. And then at the end of that printing statement, I'll just debug.log level data. Now, if Unity will obey me and work properly, then it should be good as I don't know if it'll work properly. I don't know if it'll work properly. Wait a second. I'm debugging level data. I need to debug printable string. I just debugged that 100 times. Great. So let me try this again. Printable string. Debug that printable string. Alright. There we go. Now it's loaded. Now it's saved. Load this properly for once. Come on. Do it. You can do it. You can do it properly. I think you can do it properly. There we go. There's our level data. Okay, so our level data is loading correctly. So all is well. And it's loaded by all those objects. So it looks good. It looks great. That looks amazing. Plus, you say with the game, I might actually have to continue this for like 2 days, and then do that, and then do each one for 2 days. Maybe a better idea. I don't know. 2 4 2 4 2 4 4 4 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 4 4 4 4 2 2. Let me look at our note.txt actually. Let me go back to our note because I think that's going to be very important. We'll head over to our notes. So grass is 2. So let's get a bunch of 2. Lava is 3, 4, 5. So there should be a bunch of grass. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. There's a lot of grass here. So 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So all that is loaded properly. So now we need to actually like create or generate those files. So I'm just gonna do a quick function, and it's going to call out every single thing. Actually, I don't feel like making I feel like just calling it our sprites instead. Because I have to make a game object. So there's one game object, because why not? Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to do public game objects, and I'm gonna call this by an array. So this will return our game objects. I'm gonna do initialize tile map. This is gonna be our actual tilemap initialization. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna make a variable called int called game object, and I'm just gonna call this return data because I'm so used to calling that return object. Actually, let me call that, and let us return object so that we pass through. Great. So now I'm done initializing that. Also, actually need to initialize more of that. No, I don't even need to call it new game object. I just need to call it game object. Great. So now it's all working properly. So I'm gonna do a for int again. For int y is equal to 0, y is less than r100, and y plus plus, and then I'll do another one for x that I can immediately copy. So convenient. Return text object is going to go afterwards, and over here we're gonna just do one little simple thing. Instantiate, return object y x. We're gonna instantiate that. And this is gonna instantiate our tilemaps at our objects. So we're gonna instantiate our tilemaps. I mean, we're gonna instantiate with one tilemap. We're gonna instantiate our tiles, and they're all objects. I also could be using the Unity tile system, but I want to make it even more of a challenge for myself, so that's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna instantiate. I'm gonna instantiate an empty object. I'm just gonna go in here. I'm gonna just do something. Public game object. Empty object. The goal is just getting this under 100 lines of code. That's the goal right now. Like, that's the goal. Make this entire thing under 100 lines. Try to make this as minimal lines of code as possible. That's my goal right now. So I'm going to instantiate all of this at our and we're going to instantiate this empty object that we have here. Our transfer position is going to be a new vector 3. We're going to call this vector 3 by our y. So it's going to be our y, no, x, our y, and then we're also going to, no, it's because our x is that's our z. No, yep, y, and our z always should be 0. And then for our quaternion.relation, I'm just going to do quaternion.identity because that's what I know. Okay, there we go. Start our empty object. And also for each of those objects, for these of those objects, I'm gonna do get components. Ooh, I can get those components too in that one. Ooh, that's actually looking nice. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and make this double. Doesn't really make too much of a difference anyway. As well. So we're gonna probably could limit code by doing that. I'm not even coding in my style. I'm just limiting the amount of code I'm using at this point. Literally what I'm doing at this point. That's what I'm doing. So we'll turn into identity. And then for that, we also get component. I'm gonna make a new component. And this is the component that's going to actually update our sprites. I'm gonna call this tile entity. And this is gonna update our tile. So this is gonna update our tile. So this is gonna be like our entity for our tile. So it's just gonna contain a few variables, and it's gonna just update our tile each and every time. So I don't have to worry about that. I'll code that in later, but right now I'm trying to focus on this. So our map generator is gonna be that. I'm gonna get component tile map tile entity. And I'm gonna have one variable in here that needs to stand out. One variable in here that needs to stand out is our public. Actually should be public. Yeah, public. And this is gonna store our int called our ID. I actually don't even need anything. Based on our position, we can determine exactly what we need to do. Yeah, don't even need that. because it's gonna get our position and then it will determine that based on our instantiate object. So our position will be predetermined by that. So our position will be predetermined by our x and our y. We know this because it is exactly our x and our y. So that will be taken care of. Okay, so this looks like it's all going well and all going good. And this needs to make sure we have our object of tile entity. So instead I'm gonna rename empty object to empty tile entity. And that's gonna be our empty tile entity, so it's gonna be empty, literally empty. So it's kind of empty, it has no sprites in it. It should have a sprite render in it though, but yeah. All that stuff is gonna be in there. So I'm gonna see if I can use ECS, cause that would be incredibly cool if I could use ECS. So that would be cool. That would be cool. That'd be cool. Hopefully I can have this playable by the end. Beep, 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 beep. I messed up. I screwed up big time. Okay, let's try it again. Instead, we do it properly this time. Beep. There we go. Okay, now it's working properly. Okay, so our top entity is gonna store. It's gonna be a mob behavior, but what we do is okay. Mind me as I go into a Brachy's tutorial for a few minutes. Just mind me as I go into a Brachy's tutorial. Like, I'm just gonna go into a Brachy's tutorial and go in there. I'm gonna make a video, like an updated video, on how I coded all this. Jeez, let me think. I'm an idiot. I'm going to this channel. I need to search ECS. Maybe ECS is right here. Just go to ECS. There we go. Just do it. Okay. I'm gonna use this simple because it's simple. I don't want to make it too complicated.
Lately, Unity has been making some huge improvements in terms of
learn how it works.
entities, but our behavior, because we need the speed. Let's name it component update method.
So
note that when using update inside of a component system, we use the override and protected keywords. And
so we're gonna have a public float, and that's going to be our transform. Struct components, transform. Right. Transform. So our public rotator. Okay, so I'm gonna create a struct. Struct. I don't know how I do this. I'm just trying to learn here. Struct components. So components that we need is gonna be our transform, because that's important. And then what's another one of our components we're gonna need? We're gonna need our sprite renderer. That's an important component. I'm gonna call this just called sprite renderer. And then I'm gonna call what else is important? I think that's it so far. Yeah, our sprite renderer and our transform. I think that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it. Yeah, that's gonna be it. But again, you need an accessory map generator. I'm just gonna make our int level data. Let's make it public static because we're accessing it from different scripts and we don't need multiples of each one. So static shouldn't change anything at all. So that should be good. Our game object, that could be in a sprite type. Those all could be, yeah, I think that's good. That's what we use static. Okay, so that's all done. So now we go to our sprite. Okay, so now that we have that done, it's gonna look more like override void.
Name of the file system, entities debugger window to convert the component already defined. We can then iterate for short rotator. We use.
Okay. Protected override. Protected override void on update. and I'm gonna do that's not good. That's actually not good. That's not good. And then for each int and get entity. Oh, I need Unity entities. Unity using Unity entities. I have burst, I have jobs, but not entities. Are you kidding me? Then go ahead and install it. Let me go in here. Build settings. Assets. Where is it? Components, window, package manager. There we go. Because entities is not installed. Thanks a lot, Unity. Thanks a lot. Okay, let me go to my packages. Let me see here. Advanced show preview packages. There we go. And one of our packages decide to load, just completely fine. I don't know why it's taking forever. Does anyone ever hate when Unity just lags on you? I swear, for Pete's sake. Well, you know, while they're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and do something else. I'm gonna go ahead to our assets, our sprite. I'm just gonna make sure that all these are equal to 50 because that's incredibly important. Great. There we go. And why is it like this again? I don't know why it's like this. Ugh, jeez. Peace. There's like no packages. It's obviously enabled. It also wouldn't be streaming right now, so I don't know why that's the issue. This is annoying. Package manager is not loading properly. I have packages. Project. All packages. Why is our package manager not loading properly for Pete's sake? Package manager load. Oh, it's still loading packages. Okay. Okay, so it's responding. It's loading our packages there. Okay. It's loaded the packages properly. Finally. Showing our preview packages. Just gonna load some more packages. Finally. Jeez. Entities is not installed. So let's try installing that again. I'm lucky it'll actually work properly. Probably code for a few hours to like 9 or something. This is done at like 8 o'clock and I just work on this tomorrow. That's completely fine. I just want to get this challenge done this entire week. I probably have to give myself like an extra day for that. Like I'm going to give myself like, instead of days, it's gonna be units. This is gonna be called Because I can't do this in how big I can do this in a day. I mean, I can, but it depends on like how much time I have. Because now I'm doing something else in the morning and afternoon. It's annoying. Jeez. Okay, so the unit installed properly? Okay. You know, I'm just gonna go in servers and stuff. Jeez. I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna. I don't see anything in the rules saying I can't use that, so I'm just gonna go into the game glitch. Yeah. I wonder if the thing's probably done now. No, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Oh my goodness! I posted my itch page. He is being idiot. Itch. No, oh my goodness! I'm mixing. How am I mixing Twitch and itch together? That makes no sense at all. Please, no. Jeez. Doing. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, on update, get entity. Does get entities exist now? Does Unity actually respond, or is it being stupid and not being? Great. Unity entities is working. That's amazing. Thank you. Okay, so how'd that work properly now? Okay, so that's implemented. Do I reload the system or something? Because entity still doesn't work. So like, I don't know. Okay, no, let me just go over here. Let me go over here. Using Unity entity. Did I have to restart usual? I hate this. I think I have to restart. I think I have to actually restart the entire thing. I gotta actually restart the entire thing. I have to restart Visual Studio. I hate you, Visual Studio. I actually hate you. I don't hate you, but it's a hate-love relationship, Visual Studio, okay? It's a hate-love relationship. That's what it is. It's a hate-love relationship. It's a hate-love relationship. That's what it is. Just have to reload you, Visual Studio. Another painstaking time that I will spend on my phone. Alright, so the majority of this stream is bad. The sad thing is I'm uploading it to my channel anyway. That's a sad thing. Jeez. I mean, I'm not planning on editing this entire footage. The only thing I'm going to be using is really speeding up the coding parts and putting it in the video for this experience. Is Visual Studio actually loaded now? Oh my goodness, Visual Studio, can you work, please? Thank you, please just work, please. I want you to be done. Finally, thank you. Pete's sake, thank you. Do 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 do. Do, do. Please work, for Pete's sake, just work. Pete's sake, just work. Please. Hearing the solution. The solution prepared. Ah! Load it. Please. Finally, for Pete's sake, it's actually working properly. Now, please, for Pete's sake, Unity using Unity. Question is, will entities work? Why isn't entities working? Why isn't entities working? Couldn't leave. What? And also, why? Oh, wait a second. I have to restart Unity, don't I? I have to restart Unity. That's what I have to do. I have to restart Unity. Oh my goodness. But actually, no, I shouldn't have to restart Unity. Because, but then I might have to, because Unity is the thing that initializes Visual Studio in the first place. I hate this so much. Let me go to my package manager and see what's going on, because this is annoying. Preview packages in use. Yes, fight me. I know they're not ready for production. Fight me. I really don't care. I like ECS and I will use it. My computer is a potato. It's not really a potato, but I like it. Okay, I don't want it to like be better. Maybe I shouldn't even bother using ECS in the first place. I might just actually use normal Unity code. I'm literally using normal Unity code. That's absolutely normal in shape, size, and function. What the heck am I saying? What am I saying? What am I actually saying here? Normal Unity code in shape, size, and function. I'm insane, am I? Yeah, I think I am. Okay. Oh, Jesus, peace. Okay, let me try to. Because the right void on update doesn't exist, so, I'm probably going to suffer here. Oh my goodness. I don't know what to do anymore. I really don't know. You know what? Screw you to ECS. I'm gonna do this with freaky mod behaviors. I'm gonna update this later if I really want to. I really don't care at this point. But my idea was that I would go in my update function in my public void update, and I would call this update function. I would basically do the update. A few things. Actually, one thing. Get components, sprite renderer, and then I would head over to my get component sprite renderer. Sprite is equal to map generator map generator and then there's a public static variable. What is it called again? Level data transform position Y, transform position, X, and then I would also go into our, oh, that's an issue. Oof. All system incredibly lazy. Public static sprite. Static tiles. And I'll just set accessible tiles equal to our tiles. This is how you add something in. You just throw something in. I just threw something in. Let's say get bad code. I didn't put anything in there. Oh, that's bad. That's not good. That's not good. Then I have zombie code. See, this is why I need this challenge to just throw things in. Okay. Level data. Map generator, level data. Call it that. And then we're going to set map generator accessible tiles. Boom. 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 Float to int. So we need to do should I round it? But I don't need, there's no need to round it. It'd be literally like this. I'm just gonna convert to ints. Convert to ints 32. So let's convert. Also, I need freaking system, right? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I think I need using system. System. There you go. Now it's working properly. Convert to int 32. Transform position Y. Convert to int 32. Transfer position X. This is the most readable code you can get ever. And that's it. We do not need all these collections. That's literally it. That's it. 7 lines of code. Perfect amount of lines of code. 7 lines of code. Great. That's our talent entity. That's literally our talent entity. Okay. I gave up at this point. What are these 2 issues? I gave up inside. Okay. I'm gonna also go. So now we have our empty tile managers. So now what we need to do is we need to go into our map generator. Main camera, which is our map generator, because I'm lazy. And our empty tile entity is gonna be say our tiles by default, and our size is gonna be about 10. And we're gonna have each of our tiles correspond. So our white tile is going to be 1, then our black tile, element 1, then we're gonna have our grass tile, but correct, then our lava tile, then our sand tile, then our water tile. I'm gonna put gray tile, brown tile, and then I'll put purple tile and the magenta tile. And that's all our tiles loaded onto 1. And our empty tile entity is going to be equal to, let me create the entity. It's going to be called a little sprite render. Yeah, sprite render. And we also need another specific position called our tile entity component. And perfect. Everything is perfect. How I want it to be. Oh. Oh, yeah, that's our tile entity. Listen, is that even public? Oh, but they don't need our, so we'll get that position. Great. So it should work properly. At least I hope so. I think there's no reason for it not to work. So wait, yeah, this is the assets. Oh wait. That doesn't make sense for it to be game object though. I'm just gonna put this game object in here for now. I'm gonna name this our tile entity game tile entity prefab. I'm gonna call this tile entity over here. I'm gonna delete this so that doesn't have any access. I'm just gonna head over to our tile entity prefab, save that scene, and load our game. All compiler errors have to be fixed before you can enter play mode. Oh god. Shoot. So what's the errors? I don't want to focus on those. What's the errors? The type of namespace. Name burst compile cannot be found. The type of namespace. Burst compile. This is native list. Native list, yes. Unity collection. I'm not even using Unity collections. This is a package issue. The heck, man. The actual heck. See, this is an issue in. What's wrong with Unity? Jesus, piece of piece. I don't have. This is. I'm not supposed to use. This should be. Burst compile attribute. This is collections native list. I'm not using Unity. I'm using Unity engine collections, not Unity collections. Oh my god, what's wrong with you? Are you serious right now? Are you actually serious right now? This is not even an issue in my code. This is an issue in a completely different CS file. That's annoying. It's actually annoying because I don't have any control of it. I'm not using. Let me see. Unity engine system. Am I using Unity collections here? No. Am I using Unity collections here? I'm using system collections. Not Unity collections. Unity engine. Can I disable you temporarily because I want the package installed, but I don't need it at the moment. So I'm going to go to my package manager. I'm going to go to. Oh, it's loading our packages, obviously, first. Obviously, that's important. Preview packages in use. Okay. Let me go ahead and I'll. I don't want to remove it, but how do I like, yeah. This wasn't before, though. This is actually. I think this is, yeah. This added more, issues to my code. I didn't fix that later, but I don't know how to fix that, though. View documentation advanced. How can I disable? Okay, I don't want to remove it, but I don't want to. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to remove it. That's what it looks like, because I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. That's nothing over on my control. Type or namespace. I think that I should be using this at 1.10.1, because that probably will fix everything. But, I'm just gonna remove it, and I'll just, yeah, remove and do. Remove. Just remove, please. Remove it. I know it sounds really stupid and ridiculous, but just. I think I'll just install it with Unity, the updated one, because that one should probably support that properly at least. I think so. That one, this isn't production ready. Still, why do I get an issue as soon as I open it? I think it's a Unity 5 F1 issue. Ugh, jeez. Yeah, I think this just added a bunch of complex code. I don't think we need a level data right line. I don't think we need this. Like, I don't know. Okay. So I'm gonna go into here, and then if I go into Unity, which should be settled and stuff like that, right? It's removing that right now. So it's gonna take some time to remove. So, you know what? I don't know what to do now. I literally don't know what to do. Like, it doesn't go on my phone. Be like, okay. Great. Okay, so install. Okay, so now there should be no compilers issues. So now if I run the game properly, all those should be running. They should be, but they might not. So I'll be surprised. I'll be surprised with any errors. If there's errors, I won't be surprised. Nothing's happened. Well. What's going on? And why aren't our objects spawning properly? Did I run R? Oh. I ran generate world day, but never did initialize time map. So I need to initialize time map right now. Initialize. Initialize. What the? Oh, public game. What? Initialize. Initialize. That's how I spell. I'm spelling it incorrectly. Do it. Fix that right now. Initial. So I now have to go here. Initialize. Initial. I am bad at spelling. I swear, man. Initialize tile map. We're gonna initialize this, and then we need some data. So, oh. That's it. That's it. Initialize tile map. That's it. Okay, great. So now initialize tile map's loaded. If it's working properly, it should be a million objects. And it should work properly. I hope so. The variable empty tile entity map generator has not been assigned. They probably need to assign an empty variable of the map generator. What variable empty tile? It has been assigned. What are you talking about? Oh no. Oh great, that's lagging for me again. Great, lag. Lag kills us all. Oh jeez, lag kills everybody. Lag is the killer. Yep, there's nothing there. So assets, tile entity prefab. Save that scene. Now, it should be working properly now, right? It should be working properly. The code should run properly. And all our clones are working properly. We got our water. Where's our lava? And why is it 1? Our lava is 1. And why is there... That's weird. So, it looks like this is what our entire world looks like. This is what our entire world looks like. This is what our entire world looks like at the moment. Maybe I shouldn't have done a bunch of gradients. Maybe that was a bad idea. What if I go into sprite and I go ahead and I decide I want to make all those point no filter. And I do that now, and like that. How would that look? That'd probably make it a lot more different, right? Probably, yeah, it would probably. Well, then again, I don't know. So it looks like all those objects are loading properly into the screen. This is our map. Welcome to our map. The issue is, why is there no lava lakes? Are these supposed to be lava lakes? Because, okay, let me think for a second. Why is there zeros? There should be no zeros. If there's zeros, then there's an issue. There should be no zeros. Like, there should be no zeros at all. Like, there should be no zeros. Oh, our 0 is our 0. That's what it is. Oh, that's our 0 is, because every single thing that's not there is a 0 by default. So that's still a bug that needs to be fixed. I'll just cut ahead and go to 4, and I'll do if it is above or greater than 0. And also, I would rather make these a lot smaller because a lot of lakes are spawning, to be honest. Like, a lot of lakes are spawning. So now if I reload that scene, that interesting scene again. I reload that scene, it should work properly. Should work properly. Should work. It should work properly. Great, so now we have our lava loaded in, and our lava... The issue is that our lava lakes and our water lakes are way too frequent, man. They're way too frequent. Like, even 4 times. So, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna make it 0 to 3. No, that one makes sense. 0 to 2. 0 to 1. And I'm gonna try. If it's greater than 1, to about 2, 2. And I'm gonna try to see what would look like if it's less than 2. If it's greater than 2. So I'm gonna try and see what that will look like. See what that will look like. See what that will look like. So now I go in our game. I'm gonna go in our game and I can go into the play section and it's loading properly. We have a rare amount of lava and a rare amount of water, and it's a stable amount too. So I like this because it just looks good. Like it's a lot better, and it looks a lot better because it's not a million waters everywhere. So now it actually looks decent for once. It actually looks decent for once, I guess. That's what it looks like now. So there are water lakes, random lava lakes out of nowhere. And these are supposed to be squares, but I don't know why they're like that. But maybe I'll figure the issue out later. I don't know. All I know is that it looks nice, the code looks nice, and it just looks nice. It just looks nice. It just looks nice in general. So this is our data that we're rendering here. That's our game. So now I'm just gonna make a quick character, and then we're basically done. I think. At least that's what I think. I might change the sprites. I'm probably gonna end up changing the sprites. But I'm just using this to test. So you can easily change sprites in Unity. Sprites in Unity are easy to change. So those are gonna load properly. And then I'm gonna do if. So then they make a little player sprite. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna go on our project, I'm gonna go on our thing, I'm gonna go on our scripts. I'm gonna go find our player sprite. And this is just gonna be our general player. That moves around, has a speed, I'll just load properly. I'm not using ECS because I'll be an idiot here. Okay, so let's immediately make a float called speed. I don't think we need to initialize anything at the beginning. The player can just go to like the middle position. So by default, the player can. We don't need anything. It's just gonna take more lines of code. The idea. This is supposed to be the minimal amount of lines of code I can possibly do. So, but then again, by default, it's supposed to be a lot of lines of code. So you know whatever. So I'm just gonna go on void start. And all I'm gonna do is set our transform position to is equal to new vector 3 50/50, and I'll put it at 0. So that's how this is starting. And for update, I'm just gonna make it like move. So I'm gonna get our axis. So inputs get axis, and then I'll just do that. So transform position is plus equals inputs gets axis raw. No, not raw though. Actually, yeah, get axis raw. I'll get axis raw are inputs. Get actually no, I should just get axis raw horizontal, and then I'm just gonna do times like speed and times the delta time because we're in that. And that should be a transfer position X, but that's a big update, so I should have to go on our transfer position, be like this, equal to new vector 3, transform position, and I'll do that plus zero zero. Gonna move our position, and then just do transfer position plus. That's that's great. And I'm gonna do for this, I'm just gonna do that exact same line of code, but for this line of code here, and I'm gonna call it by. Instead, we're gonna do vertical, and I'll do y. So that'd be 0 times the double line. And then I'm also going to go ahead and I'm gonna set our like float speed. Go ahead over here. Oh, jeez. Be right back. Okay, I'm back, ready and alive. Let's do this. Okay, so our void update, I'm gonna minimize that code as well. Minimize every single bit of code possible, and we do not need this. System collections. 8 lines of code. We can minimize it to 7 too if we wanted to. The minimal amount of code. Everything's in this line right here. I'm gonna leave it at 8 though, because that's normal. Okay, there we go. So we can stack up that code. Great. Code is more readable. I probably will program it so it's more readable. But this is a programming challenge to make the minimum amount of code as possible. Then again, that is true. I'm probably good because programmers they try to get the most amount of code like minimalized. But then again, if you do that, then how is it easy to read? Like, I want to make it easy to read and incredibly simple. So, insane. So now that's gonna be set. We can move our character around a bit. I'm just gonna use a cube as our character because I'm lazy. I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna make a little cube. This is a temporary sprite, by the way. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna make it square. And this is temporary, by the way. And I'm just gonna go into our player, whatever this is. Just call it our player, whatever. D550. See, it's always easier. And I'm gonna say we're gonna add a sprite renderer. That's very important. I'm just gonna use a little that. I'm just gonna use that and use not a white tile though. I'm gonna use square. I'm gonna make it 0.7 so that it's not the same as every single one. And I'm also going to make it red or yellow since that's kind of uncommon in the sprite range. Okay, so now I have a little square there, and I just need to implement a little speed. Or player. Also, we need to make our camera follow our player. So I'm just going to make a simple script for that. Or I can just go ahead, create a public camera that makes our line screwed up. Public camera cam, and all I need to do is sit over to our camera and be like cam transform position is equal to a new vector 3 transform position x transform position y. But our z has to be it should be 0. So it has to be 0. Or actually it has to be negative 10. Our camera usually what's our camera? Actually, our camera might be positive. No, it's negative. Good. Great. Actually, instead of that, I'm gonna go. Nah, it's fine. Too much accessing. Okay, good. So now that that's done, all that is done. 10 extra lines. No minimal amount of lines as possible. No empty spaces. This is a real programming challenge, but it's really not the real programming challenge. Let me go over to our sample scene. Save that scene. Also, I probably should save the player speed in that, think of 4 or 5 or something like that. And we'll see the speed. I'm going to go in our game, and then I'm going to go. It should work properly. Okay, so it did, but it didn't. What's that? 50-50. What's the issue? Oh, our camera's not following our player. The idiot that I am. Main camera. There we go. Now it's working properly. And I can see our player move across the screen absolutely fine. It's moving at a fine speed as well. The issue is that our player is probably being confused with every single type of sprite and everything. Why always undo lava though? That's weird. We're going across our randomly generated world. So now that that's done, we need to create our. Well, we need to create our we need to create we need to make it so rounds the player and it allows our player to break blocks. So with that functionality, I'm gonna go ahead and implement a thing called int block place. You can change that block place by just doing a simple if block place and put mouse. Actually, no, get button down. No, it's input get button down. So it is inputs get button down. Um um 0. So block place is equal to 0, and our input get down button is equal to. Actually, no, it's stupid. If inputs get button down is equal to 0. Yep. So then instead I'll do if block place is equal to 0. And I'll put that under that, then I can then code this around that. And if that's true, then our our access, whatever it is, access, no, map generator, accessible tiles is equal to our transform position. No, it's equal to our transform position. No, it's equal to our yeah, it's also equal to our transform position, but not. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, great. I'm gonna go back into Unity and do this properly. So now all we need to do is work on our function for placing tiles. So our accessible tiles are transform position x and y, and our transform position x, which is really annoying because I have to convert it each and every single time. So I have to go ahead and I have to actually convert that. So I'd actually go ahead and do convert and convert that to, ooh, I have to convert that. Great, that's annoying. So I have to, using system, converts int to int32. Now let's convert both of those to int32 and convert both of those as well. Property or indexer. Oh, there we go. Okay, yep, okay, good. Okay, great. So that should be equal to 0. Actually, said block place. There we go. So now, go ahead. Simple. It should theoretically be simple though. Oh, that's the reason why it's not working properly. That's map generator level data. There you go, that's working properly. Cannot convert into string. I'm supposed to use input get mouse button down. That's get mouse button down. Let's see. 0. There we go. Great. So now by default, block place should work. And then I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go to my and then I'm gonna do a bunch of other things. So then I'm gonna do if inputs gets. Actually, I need to do that. Let's do that. There we go. And then I'll also do input if inputs get button get keyboard key down, and I'm gonna do key code 0. So key code alpha 0, the 0 key on the top. Okay. Then I can just set block place to 0 to block place is equal to 0, and I can just keep doing that for each one. So that's gonna take up a lot of lines of code, 10 extra lines. But I'm not sure how I can exactly do this. It's an issue. So that's not really good. It's not good at all. Because I have a bunch of code that's gonna be there, but then I don't know how else I'm gonna be able to do that. So I'm just gonna do that once. One, two. Okay, so this should be 10 to 20. Great. So we have all our lines of code here. 11 to 20. That's not enough because that can be 9. So one more line of code. This already causes you to have a bunch of lines of code. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, alpha 9, and alpha 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it goes all up 10. There's no need for 10 actually. There's no need for 10. Still don't need that extra one then. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Those are the cases. Those are all the code lines of code. 22 lines of code, which is actually decent. It's not great, but else if. So that way you don't need to spend useless time on other things. Else if. Else if. else if, else if, else if, else if, the last else if, and there's no need for else because else is not going to happen. Okay, there we go. So now our player should be able to place blocks. It's not as organized lines of code as I would like it to be, but I really don't know what to do at this point. So I'm going to head over there. I'm going to make that there. Okay. So I'm going to load that up. Let me load it up. Oh, because our camera's not being followed. I need to actually put that in there so that does that properly. And then we have our little thing. That's weird. That didn't update that. That's the code off. Are there issues throughout this out? No, is it the only white one there? That's the only white one there. Weird. Weird. Okay, that's weird for sure. I also need to make proper sorting layers, but other than that, it's all good, all as well. This is great. So, and then I can also go ahead. I can go to pressing 1, and if I go here, press 1, I get 1, 2. I should get brass. 3, I get this. 4, I get my sand blocks, and it's working properly too, so it's all working properly. If I can even go all the way to 9, we got our nice little magenta blocks over here. So it's looking good, it's looking good, it's working properly. So now, the only system left is our save system. The only system left is our save system. So all I need to do, I'm going to make 2 buttons, save and load. Done. So I'm just going to do that now, and then we're basically done. We're basically done. I mean, I don't know what to do other than try to work and see if it works at ACS. And also, I'm not going to use console. I'm just going to remove this. I think console makes things a bit too complicated and a bit more user-friendly. Plus, we're trying to make a game here, not a console. So I'm going to get rid of all this console stuff here. We have our level here. We're going to save all that stuff. So that's easy. So now, the actual line of code, which I probably can minimize even more, just going to be that. Tiles, accessories, all that good stuff, good stuff. About 48 lines of code, and that's a decent amount of lines of code. Like that's decent. Like I mean, is 48 bad for this game? I mean, I tried, and it loads good too. Like it actually doesn't lag at all for some reason. I guess I don't know. Maybe it might work worse for GL, but I'm not using that much objects, so you know. I should check my frames per second and see if I can. I don't know. And I'll compare it with my old project. Let me go over here. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go to our save data. So I'm gonna search up how to save and a text file in Unity. I mean, it's C#, like generally in C#, generally in C#. So, how to write a text file? Because I want to store this in a text file. And it'll be a default text file that I'll just save on my computer. So system.io file. Oh, okay. So it basically creates a string, and we already have a string, but we need to find those lines. Write all lines there. One string to a text file. Okay. Save a string of lines and write all lines over to our text. So what I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna have a list of strings. So I'm gonna create a public. I'm gonna call this. What do you need to call it public? What do you need to make it? Like we don't need to make it public. There's no reason. Everything's going to be for a map generator, so map manager. So I'm gonna make it public, and this public is going to store our should be a void. It's going to be called save level data, and this is going to use our system.io. So we're going to need to use using Unity engine system.io Oh, we can't use commas like that? Ooh, we can't use commas like that normally. Only as undo equals, I guess. So I have to actually go ahead, I have to go using system IO. It's important. And we do not need this, nor we need that or that. We're not using system IO at the moment. So we're gonna use it eventually. So I'm gonna make a string, and this is gonna be called our text strings. Our data our string data list. That's a reasonable name. That's a reasonable name. String data list, and this string data list we're just gonna call a few things. So our string data list is going to basically be equivalent to about 100 lines. So it's going to equal new string, and I'm going to call about 100 lines. There we go. And now for each of this, I'm gonna call that int y is equal to 0. Y is less than 100, and then y plus plus. And then I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do this here, and for each of those, I'm gonna just do this. So I'm gonna go ahead and each of those, I'm just gonna do. There we go. Some basic stuff, and I'm gonna go ahead. String data list, our y at the default is supposed to be equal to absolutely nothing by default. But then again, that does that by default, so I'm not going to put it there. Okay, so I need that. Then I don't think I need that anymore. And I'll just go in our string. I'm going to go ahead and our string data list y. I'm going to set that to plus equals our I'm gonna do another data level. Our data, which is our level data. Level data to our level data y and our x. That should work properly. Y under y and oh yeah. It's not like that. So done. Great, done. Great, done. So now that's done. So now once all that lines of code are done, what we're gonna do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to our streamer. It looks like I'm just gonna go to file, write all text, write text. Ooh. So there we go. Write all lines. Write all lines to a text file. I'm just gonna call this in our project lines. So I can basically go ahead. I can go to here. Says my file, write all lines, and instead I'm gonna call it string. Actually, yeah, call it lines. Data lines. Call it data lines. I like that. Data lines. It says string data list. Too much, man. Too much. Change that to data lines. Data lines looks a lot nicer too. And instead, I'm gonna put it to my D folder. This doesn't use doubles. No, it doesn't use doubles. So I'm gonna put that in. So D. Call it by my where am I saving this exactly? My project is located in my D file, which is going to be equal to, there we go, D projects, and I'm going to put in 10kTilemap challenge. So D projects, 10kTilemap challenge. I'm going to call this data.text. Oh, level data. There we go. Challenge data. Actually, it's called loaded data. Loaded data. This data. I don't know what to call it. I'm wasting my time here. System IO. You guys do file write lines. So just simplify that. File write lines. Okay. So all the code is there. And that will allow us to write all those lines. About that amount of code, which is very simple. And all we need to do is when S is pressed, we save that level data. So I'm just going to go ahead and on update, I can actually go ahead and do, maybe it's a public static void actually, because that way you can do that. And level data is always static by default, so that's going to be easy. We'll put that in our player, because the player always has our input stuff. And I'll go and we'll put this in our public static void save load level data. Actually, I'm going to call it our ints. I can load level data, and it's going to be that. And I'm going to put our level data that we're going to load in. And I'm going to file. How would I load a data file though? How to write to a text file. Now, how to read a text file. Read from a text file. So let me see that. It's cool. Okay, so let me go over here, and I'm gonna go over to contents of contents of write text. So I would go ahead, read the file as one string. Display the file contents to the console, variable text is a string. Read each line of the file in the string write. Each element of the write is one line of the file. So string lines, real lines. Display the file contents using a for loop. Keep the console open in debug mode. So I don't need to worry with the for loop, obviously. All I need to do is copy this here. And all I need to do is go ahead, put that in our low level data, system.io file, read all lines, and then I'm going to use the same thing over here. And then all I need to do is load that stuff over in our lines. We still haven't converted our data there. So first we need to make our int that's called, I'm going to call it return data, because I'm used to doing that. I like doing that. And then our return data, we're just going to return data so we don't get that error. This is really annoying. And then in that return, new int, let's call this 100 by 100 by default. And then it's going to go and return all those into our ints. So I'm just going to do that just to make it easier for us. For Y, for all that stuff, I don't need that there. I can go ahead somewhere else. For X, that's going to be our, what needs to be there. So our return data, line X is going to be equal to our lines. Actually, we call it data lines, but data line sounds cooler. Data line sounds cooler. So data lines, I'm going to change this to char, or how do I get a char? Or can I just do X? There we go, right? I can't convert string to int, so I have to go ahead and I have to convert string to int. So I have to go ahead, I have to convert string, we're not using system? Oh yeah, we're not using system at all. Using system, boom, 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 boom. Oh, also that's not how, oh, the code loads differently each time. I'm just doing that to minimize the amount of code. That's cool. C data, data lines X. Okay, so now I have convert int string to convert to int 32. Hopefully that will work properly. So okay, And all I need to do, step back, put that over there, and we're basically done with everything. Basically done. That's it. So that's all the code there. Function utilizes a few lines of code as possible. I got all this minimalized, not much lines of code. I wonder if I can do it smaller lines. Okay, so our camera is going to be our main main camera. I'm gonna put this over here to there. Head. See if there's anybody that can my Switch stream. Probably nobody. Go back to developing on my own, alone, in the dark, and that's it. Okay. Okay, so my return data, that's gonna be really put together. How to return the data? Oh, I mean, I don't return the data. Okay, so how I load the data, I would go to my player CS position, and I'm gonna go, which is where all my inputs is, and I'm gonna do another input mode, which is actually I'm just gonna put that here. Too much for me. This is the most this is the only disorganized part of the code. Like I wonder if I could make this even more clean code so that it matches to these numbers. That just make my life a lot more easier. But then again, I don't know if I can do anything else. So that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and if inputs gets key down our key code L. So if we want to load that, save and load. So load. So we load our code. We want to load it. So map generator load level data. And then we're going to load that data. It returns it though, so we want to put this data into our map generator. And I want to put this into our level, level data. Yeah, level data. Low level data. There we go. So that's nice. And then I'm gonna do if our code is save, then I'm gonna save that level data. Save level data, and that's gonna be and that's gonna require input. So instead, I'm gonna copy this. That's going to go into here. So now I can put that there. Oh yeah, map generator. Actually, copy that and paste. Oop. Can't convert into string. Oh. Ooh. Let's see that for now. I'm gonna go to my map generator and I'm gonna go over to string save level data. Yeah, our level data is an int. Now it's gonna require another. Oh, there's no issues. Oh wow, there's no issues. Okay, there's no issues. That's easy. Okay, great. Save. Okay, no issues. No issues. All the code's done. This was done in about 23 lines of code. Technically 24 lines because I want 24 lines of code. A bunch of input crap. Our player is literally a bunch of input crap. It's an input slave. That's what our player is. Our player is a bunch of input slaves. That's what our player is. So now saving and loading our level data should be as easy as a piece of cake. And also, did I remove those? Yeah, I removed those. Good. That's important. So now, I load those datas. It has been assigned. I think it has been assigned. But okay. Okay, it's fine. It has been assigned. Okay. Player. Yep. Oh, just that. Yeah, because it restarts each time. So now, if we want to load, save that data. Can save that data. Save that data. Data saved. Index outside the bounds of the array. What was this here? This is our savable data. I hope it worked properly, but might have not, and that's not good if it didn't. But that's not good. That's not good at all. That's not good. Index was outside the bounds of the array. Does it still save or load it to our 10? No, it's not saved there as a file. 10kTilemap challenge. 10kTilemap challenge. Exact spelling. So that's not good at all. So saving is an issue. So it looks like here's the issue, and it looks like code index was outside. It doesn't give me. It gives me an index, but it doesn't give me what var caused the issue though. But let me think, because you have two indexes here in this line of code, right? You have this index, and it could be this index as well. Like, which variable is it? Data lines or level data? Let me try Y999. Let me try and see if this works. It might suck, because it might be one part of the level that's not even loaded. But I have to figure this thing out. So I'm going to try a little, because this is ridiculous. I should place an if statement just to do that, because then level 99 isn't working. So I have to actually do that and see that. Because that's going to cause more lag on the player. So let's use it with the for loop, not the I can't do that. Because I have literally a line of code. That's more lines of code. I should just slap something in there just because I think it's an issue with that. There's no index here. There's no index error. I saved it multiple times. And if it's working properly, it should load in there, but it's not in there, I guess. Did I link it correctly? The project's 10kTilemap challenge this data. And I saved it to that data. So it's working properly. Our timeline is moving properly. If I load that data, could not find this data. Oh. So saving works for some reason. Save level data index was outside the bounds of the array. Oh yeah, because it's save. So I'm gonna call it O then, because since that's being I shouldn't do that. Because it's gonna load it each and every single time. That's not good. So I'm just gonna head over here. I'm gonna head over to our thing. Instead of S, I'm gonna call it O. Actually, I might change it so that it doesn't use WSD. But then again, I might hurt some people. I don't know. So our index keeps being outside the bounds of the array. What is your problem? What is your actual problem? Do you want me to start at like 1 or something? Because by default, all arrays start at 0. So what's your issue? Like, why is it going outside of the array always? Stupid. And if it is, what array is it going outside of? So I have to like put it. I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. That's what I'm gonna have to do at this point. So I'd actually go to map area and have to figure out this issue, because this is killing the entire thing. Because I slapped this in, and this is actually unprofessional because you're making it go through another if statement. That's stupid. Why are you making it go through another if statement? That's stupid. That's stupid. I'm making it go through another if statement just so it works properly. Like, I can do that, but what's the issue? Why is there an array issue? That's stupid. Like, is there any time? But you know what? I can actually make something out of this. So you know what? This is where level data is taking an issue. This is where issues is. No. Our issue is here. If all this stuff's good, so I'm going to do data lines. Data lines. So our y, our y, our y, our y, x, and our x, because that should be the reason why it should be all working properly. So that stuff should be good, because it's 99. It's 100 length by default. So data lines new string is 9. Okay. So now that's loaded. Now I have the if statement loaded. I'm gonna do an else statement, and this statement is going to be our debugger, because this thing is gonna tell us. This thing is gonna actually tell us, hey, what's up? Else prints our save level data, and then I'm gonna add our x and our y. And I'm gonna do the same Okay, so I'm gonna see what's up with that, because that's an issue. Because this is an issue. It's annoying me. It's bugging me. Like, it should be working properly. It should all be working properly. I shouldn't have to get a freaking that error. So if else, print this, because that means that it's gonna, yeah, print that. So that should work properly. I'm really so close to getting this game to completion. Except polishing and other stuff, obviously. Like the crazy idiot that I am. Okay. Can't live to reprogram this entire thing from scratch. Jeez. It's gonna be one hell of a thing to program. Reprogramming this in Scratch is gonna be fun. But I did program that in Scratch before. Scratch makes you think differently, though. It makes you think differently, to be honest. It does. It makes you think so much differently, man. Like, it does. It makes you think differently. Your entire perspective on programming is turned because you're so limited by the things that they give you. It's great for exercises and, like, practicing programming, but it's not great for, like, production. It's not great for production, to be honest. And it never was. It never was intended to be. I thought I could turn into something to make it production, but no. Scratch was never intended for production, to be honest. It was never intended for production. Beep, 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 beep. Oh no, it's stuck on our play mode. Can you escape for Pete's sake? Escape for Pete's sake. Why is our object reference not something to stop? Oh my goodness, our file's lagging. Do I have a close unity or something? I mean, I have nothing that's I need to worry about. So close out this file, I'll be good. Oh hey, there's no user. Ugh, jeez. Yep, Unity is not responding. I'm just gonna close it. Notes. Okay. Note. Okay. So I'm gonna go into where okay, I'm gonna go on our task manager because this is insane. I have to like reopen Unity because Unity doesn't want to behave. Like Unity is like, hello, I wanna be a bee today. Ugh. The editor is not responding. Oh well, might as well close out everything. There's multiple console window hosts that we can't even see in the first place. So you can open in consoles, I guess you just can't see them. Maybe you can only see them when the game loads. There we go. So now, Unity is closed. You gotta reload it. That is so annoying, I swear. This is the most annoyingest thing ever. Okay, so the game challenge is literally almost done. So I'd rather change the sprites, but we'll do that later. I'll figure that out later. All I know is the game's almost done. Probably can improve a lot more. Especially UDCS. There's gonna be a heck of a lot more. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get to know Java first, and then I'll stream, because I'm only gonna be spending an hour trying to learn Java OpenGL functions. Like, it's not even like Java is very similar to C#. Like, ugh. It's just to show how well I can do this. Like, it's possible. Let me go where I put it. Where did I actually put it? Oh no. Oh, is it not here or something? Is it not here? Like, does it not exist? That's weird. All you do is open them. Projects, 10kTilemap LP. There we go. Open this folder. Let me see if that will work properly. This will go for and then do this one. That's what that one. Reopen that one. Hopefully it'll work properly, and everything should be at least working, or at least it should give me a reason why. Actually, you know what? Since this is only a thing that occurs every single time it loads, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make this an error. So instead of print, instead of this else function here, I'm gonna go ahead and instead of this print function, let's call this function debug error. Log error. Because there's log error and there's log warning. We'll log this error. That's gonna tell me why the issue is happening. And it'll be separate from each one. So the editor's there, it's just not opening, so no. Oh, it's me alone again. It's me alone. I'm alone. There's one person online, and that's me. Why though? I'm giving you your code and stuff. But then again, you want to watch your code for hours on end. Everybody wants to understand what the code is like when you watch. So I can understand. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not gonna stream it though. Like, obviously, it's not a super fun stream. Nobody's gonna watch you code for an hour. Oh, Jesus. I can sing by myself because nobody's on the stream. This Steam is A440 for 300. Play. Now we're gonna go immediately to our console. This will shit happen. We're going to our console. Bunch of prefabs clone. We have 10,000 of them to be exact. All these clones that use magic for some reason. Odd reason, too. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna save our level. Open. Load. Oh. 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 S. Oh. Is that it's working properly? Because there's no issues. There's no issues at all. There's no issues. Is it there? It's not loading it. This is not working properly. Why is there? Is this an issue or something? Oh. Auto save level data. Why is it not working properly? There's no issues so far. However, every single time that's else, there should be an issue. So, I don't know why that's the case or why it's running like that. Is it because it takes forever to load the files? What is it stuck on? And can I close out of this? Can I close out of this? Oh shoot, I said too much inputs. Great, he's gonna lag on me again, and now it's not responding. So now there's 2 options. I can wait till it has to respond, or I can die inside. Look, the editor. Not responding. Yeah, Unity's not responding, so yeah. Load that again. Thanks a lot, Unity. So apparently it works properly, but as soon as a little level doesn't work, why? Why? Really, Unity? Really? Is it because of the file system? Is that why? You're annoying as hell. Oh, Jesus, peace. Okay. So our return data should work properly. Probably because I pressed O too much times. Is probably the reason why. Also, it's a weird key to press to load a level. Yeah, so that is a weird key to press to load a level, to be honest. There we go. I'm gonna reload that again, and again, and again, and again until I get the stupid thing right. Pain and suffering, I'm telling you. Pain and suffering. I literally have to work on this system and I'm done with this part. I can go to Scratch, and I can go to Pygame, and I can go to Phaser, or whatever. This challenge is very challenging. I didn't make that obvious. I'm waiting for a YouTuber to stream so I can go to the stream. Ugh. Come on. Great. Finally. Thank you. Scenes. Sample scene. So now, there's a few options that can happen. The best option is if Unity will load my scene more properly. No, that's the first option. Oh, let me figure this out right now. I'm gonna figure this out. What could be the issue possibly causing my code to lag? We have this else function. Oh, yeah, that's probably the reason why it's lagging. This is yeah, it's another entirely different function. So that's why that's not loading. So I'm gonna go over here. I'm just gonna add the brackets temporarily, obviously, because I just need to figure out what the issue is. So because it's a for loop's fault, not the actual because it's a for loop's fault. That's what's going on, man. It's a for loop. It's annoying. Great. Okay, so now that code's basically done. Be written. Try to minimize this code here. And if that, then else that. Okay, good. And now, I need to figure out why this save data isn't loading. Save right. Load, open, save. Save. Update. What do I do? Oh. Actually, I'm gonna do P and O. P is to save. O is to open. Because P stands for print, save your data. O stands for open. Makes sense to me, right? I'm gonna go into the Unity system, and I'm gonna go in game. I'm gonna play the game. Just do that. Play the game. Do that. Make sure that every single one of my code is updated. Do that before starting to play the game. But I really don't know what Unity's gonna do. It's gonna work properly, or is it not? So I save. Okay. Let's say I want to place a little block down. You also want to place a little magenta block down. 99999999999. This is symbolic for Etika, I guess. 9. It's a bad 9 too. Okay, so there we go. We have a little 9 here. I guess. I don't know. Okay. Let's save this. P. But what happens when we do that? Is our console working properly? Is the Unity working properly? Why is it as soon as we press P that the code doesn't work? Oh my god, I'm gonna explode. Every single time I press P, the editor crashes. Every single time I press P, the editor literally crashes. I mean, it takes for to load. I don't know what it does, but it's this is insane. Oh God. Can someone help me, please? Want to be your tears oh, 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 oh. How long is this code running? Oh, Jesus, not good. It's not. And the worst part is that Unity editor is lacking. It's not even the actual. That's not good. That's out right now. What if they export it? What if it works by export? No, why Unity has this ridiculous issue? This is ridiculous. How long is it loading for? Can't pause the game. It doesn't look like it yet. There's some issue wrong with the code, man. There's some issue wrong with the code. And black now and white now. Let me think for a second. Now someone tell me please. I think it's been running it multiple times. Oh. I think that's the reason why I have an issue, because it's, what, is it key down? Yeah, it's key down. It's get key down, not get key. Press O1 should work properly. If I head over to my file, 10kTilemap challenge, it's not in there. So I don't know what's the issue. There's no issue showing up, and you're just like, why am I stuck? Oh god. I don't know what to do. Oh, I guess this is where this project ends. Probably not. Just kidding. Like, seriously, this is ridiculous. Like, really? Really? You're gonna kill my memory, I swear. You're gonna kill my memory. We're gonna actually kill my memory. You're gonna kill my memory. Literally kill my memory. Oh my god. Yeah, he's dying in the inside, I think. Oh god. That is true, because now it's stuck on that process. Let me look one at the other. This is going to be the most tedious task of all time. Oh, it's already done. Okay, I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to remove that code. I'm going to copy that code. I'm just going to move that to our map generator, because to me that makes the most sense. So there's no update. There's a start. So now if you use extra code, extremely annoying. So I'm going to use a public void update just to update that. Just for that line of code. Adding... Oh, come on. It's not that much lines, but like, come on. This space, whatever, I really don't care. This work with Pete's sake. Can you work properly? Just work with Pete's sake. Work with me. We're friends. Unity. We're friends. We are friends. We do things together. We trust each other. We are friends, okay? We're friends, okay? Don't screw up on me. This is annoying. I don't know what's the issue. Like, if it's that, 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 it could be any issue. And if I can say, then why is it doing this? Jesus, peace. Like, for all I know, it could be one little line of code. One little line of code. That could change everything. It's annoying! Oh, God. This is annoying. Why? RIP Unity. Yeah. Unity is dying on me. Jesus, peace. Come on, Pete's sake, work. All I want you to do is work. Yeah, please work with me. Work with me. Unity's open here. Unity's open. Okay. It's open now. So now Unity's open. So if it will work properly, our scenes will work, and everything will work properly. Right? Right, Unity? Right? Right? Okay. You're gonna obey me now. Okay, you're gonna obey me. You're going to obey me now. Okay, Unity? Okay? You're going to obey me. Everything will work completely fine as long as you obey me, okay? As long as you obey me, everything will be fine. I can place down blocks properly. It's just that when loading... Right. This is gonna take forever. This is annoying! I'm trying to get the minimum amount of lines of code possible to make this possible. 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 Whoa, whoa. Oh. Possible. 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 I'm just tired, like, just work. This is why I do when I'm trying to talk to myself, I get myself to code, like, it's just not working. I gave up. Literally gave up. Like, I'm gonna go insane. Oh my goodness. This is insane. Work for me, please. You work for me, please. Just work. The file's still not loaded. Why though? He's not working. You know what? You know what? It's 8:07. I'm gonna be tired of working on this, so I'm gonna continue working on this issue tomorrow. I'm gonna work on something else. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna work on something else. I'm gonna take a break. I think this is because I was streaming for like how long? Hold on, a decent amount of time. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. We can stream tomorrow. Fix that issue. And we can start working on the scratch version and make more good sprites, not die side. Okay. Okay. Tomorrow it shall be 5 or 6 o'clock. The stream will start. Maybe 4. I don't know. Just update.